What's up, knife throwers? Today I'm gonna do a little casual no spin throwing, which I don't think anyone's seen any video of me doing that, because, well, I'll get into that more in a minute. But I'll be throwing Flying Steel knives. I have got the old Northwind, which I like a lot. I've got the Everyman Generation 2, and just recently Patrick sent me the Everyman Generation 3, which it's very awesome. It's got a little bit more ass than the Gen 2. It's a very good knife. Anyway, most of you know me as a spin thrower, but I'm just a knife thrower, and I was just so focused on learning spin throwing, I didn't want to complicate things with no spin. You know, people like Rob Bentley and Mike Busby and Ryan Moomaw and them guys, Patrick, always like, why don't you throw more no spin, you know? And I was just so busy learning spin that I just didn't give it too much practice. And when I did throw, it was the palm push style with griffins. And I did okay with that, but just recently, since Patrick sent me this other knife, now I've got a set of 3. They're different knives, but they're similar enough that I can throw them as a set now. And throwing 3 knives or 6 knives is much better than throwing 1. You get more practice in. I highly recommend throwing sets of knives rather than just 1. You learn much quicker. And anyway, last Friday is the day I got this knife, and something just clicked. I started throwing, I don't know, Scott Thomas style. I think most people throw with their finger like this, hold it in the meat of their palm. And anyway, something just clicked last Friday, and all of a sudden I was able to hit him, you know, 12 to 18 feet back. I was surprising myself. But anyway, I have a story that I'm going to tell while I'm throwing a little bit. You get to see me throwing no spin, and you'll get to see my reasoning why I chose to throw no spin later. Okay. Throw a few, then I'll start. They hit each other. Like I said, I'm beginner at best, and that one night, man, I was on it. It was crazy. Anyway, maybe this will relax me more if I talk. So, back in my early 20s, I had spent 6 months in jail for some bullcrap. And while I was in there, they brought this guy back from prison, and he had to spend his remaining sentence in the block we were in before he got out of his prison sentence. Happens a lot. You get a state charge, you got to go down there, then you come back and finish your county time, whatever. But real cocky guy, loved to intimidate the rest of us because he'd been to prison, and he was a really good chess player. I mean, really good. No one in the block could beat him, and he was so mouthy, and he loved beating everybody, and just someone that really gets under your skin. Well, he was always asking me to play him, and I never wanted to. But every day, I sat there at the table and watched him play everyone else in the block. What I was doing was I was studying him. It's been a long time since I had played chess. My mom and dad, they got divorced when I was 7, and my dad he only got to see us every other weekend, so what he would do is he would come to school when I was in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. I think it was just 4th and 5th. But anyway, he would teach my friends and I chess. And that's what we would do. Instead of going out to recess, we would learn chess. You know, he would bring in copied sheets of a chess book he had and have us do these little chess puzzles and whatnot. And at the time, you know, I loved doing it because I get to see my dad more. And my friends were all into it, so that's what we did. Anyway, after I got into middle school, my dad stopped doing that. You know, things changed. He worked a different shift or something at work. He couldn't do it. But anyway, I used to be decent at chess. You know, I never really played a whole lot after that. But I understood all the moves and whatnot, you know. And so anyway, I would sit there and I would watch this guy play everybody in our block. And he was just murdering, killing everybody. And finally, one day, after I've been watching him for a couple weeks, I was like, alright, let's play some chess. And we played, and he beat me. He beat me really bad for the first, I don't know, week or so. And, but it didn't take long that I started learning how he played, and I started remembering strategies and whatnot. And after that, he couldn't beat me. I would beat him every time. And man, I tell you what, this feeling of satisfaction of beating that guy and shutting him up, oh man, nothing better. Anyway, what I'm getting at is, first and foremost, I am a fan of knife throwing. I'm a knife throwing nerd. I got to know about everybody's technique, the history of knife throwing, and I love no spin. I think it's the coolest thing ever. I'm always going to be a spin thrower, I think, but this no spin is a lot of fun. It's a challenge. But what I was getting at is, I've been watching you guys for a couple of years now, 2.5 years, I think, and I don't know, I wanted to learn the proper technique before I started doing it, to give it respect, I guess. So, after watching Ryan Moomaw, Patrick Brewster, Scott Thomas, Devin DeBow, Octavio, lots of guys like that, I don't know, something just finally clicked. And, I don't know, I thought I'd just share that with you. I was not throwing very well during that story, I know. Here soon I'll show a little bit more of my throwing only. Thanks for watching. FullTangClan. Peace.